we are ready for your fall festival performance. For those of you who have just come, perhaps superintendents or principals, I'm Joyce Donaldson. I'm the Director of Arts Education here at the Mondavi Center, and we welcome you all to come to see the teachers of your respective districts as well as the performance by their students. There are a few introductions I like to make. One would be certainly our guest of honor, which is Georgia Ellenis, who is the head of learning from Shakespeare's Globe. She oversees the course content of the Academy for Teachers. Georgia? Hello. Excuse me, I'd also like to recognize a few of the principals by name that are here, I understand. One of them would be Garrett Kirkland, who belongs to Pick and Clapper.
I like that.
And Dr. Iris Taylor, Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum Instruction. And you know, I'm going to have to ask you what school district this is. I'm so sorry.
Sacramento.
Sacramento City Unified?
Yes.
Is Dr. Iris here?
She's not here yet.
Okay, that's fine. But we also have two guests from Folsom High School. Dr. Howard Cadenhead, Vice Principal. Wonderful. And also Hope Kelsey, who's the Activities Director. Welcome. And is here as well, who's the mentor advisor for for Casey, who is from Folsom High School. Yes? So, to you, one of the people who is really a driving force behind the Academy now. He's the Dean of the School of Education, Dean Harold Levine.
Thank you. So, sorry, more boring welcome remarks. Glad to have you here, not only in Mondavi, but at UC Davis. And we hope that many of you will end up applying here. We'd love to have you come here as students. So be thinking about us in the future. I really want to welcome all of the students in particular, and of course all of our Globe teachers and representatives from your districts. We have a great time partnering with your districts, and your support is really incredibly valuable to us and to making this program really work. Like Joyce, I want to thank Georgia Ellenis from the Globe. The Globe is just a marvelous partner with us, and she's been here for a week, and we've run her ragged, but she's been really instrumental in this program and in making it the success it is. One of our other partners is David Williams from Folsom Community College and Los Rios Community College District. David, thank you, and your support and being here today. And then I also want to, just because I'm really very proud, I want to introduce a number of our pre-service teachers in the School of Education at UC Davis. Welcome, it's great to have you here. And Pauline Holmes, who is a faculty member, who is the Director of Secondary English for the School of Ed. So Pauline and then I'm also happy, I won't go through all the introductions, but we have members from the Alumni Council from the School of Education. Thank you for being here, and of course our Board of Advisors there. Now, I wanted to say just one other thing, or actually maybe two things. There is many of you may have read some of his work, a well-known English writer, poet named Robert Graves. And he wrote, talking about Shakespeare, he wrote, "The remarkable thing about Shakespeare is that he is really very good, in spite of all the people who say he is very good." And I have to tell you that when I was in high school, I was told how great Shakespeare is, right? People say he's great, he's great, he's great. And I didn't really appreciate it or understand it. In fact, I was bored by Shakespeare like so many students who go in our high schools. Then, I was in high school just a few years ago, and now, and Shakespeare for so many students is just deadly boring. Dry text, words that are incomprehensible, and instruction that we, you know, I mean, you just run for No Fear Shakespeare, right? There's nothing that's really exciting, that's engaging. And so there's a famous educator named John Dewey, and we were at a conference this weekend on instruction in the Common Core. And John Dewey, who's an American educator and philosopher, said, and this is for today's, it's for teachers, but it's also for students, and some of you will be teachers in the future. If we teach today as we taught yesterday, we rob our children of tomorrow. And so the point of the Globe Education Academy and the experiences that your teachers have had and that you are now having is to find and revel in and experiment with new ways to teach Shakespeare, to get engaged in Shakespeare, not just the dry text, but what Shakespeare means and what he's trying to convey to us, and how what he's saying is actually relevant to today. And we do that by play, right? Being playful, and that's what Shakespeare is all about. It's about the play. So we are looking forward to your play today and your 12 separate plays, and we hope you've enjoyed your experience with this as much as your teachers and we have. Thank you for being here.
And now will groups 1, 2, and 3 please take your places. Begin.
Why rejoice? You, sir, what trade are you?
Why, sir, a carpenter.
What dost thou with thy best apparel on? Thou, you, sir, what trade are you?
A trade, sir, that I hope I may use with a safe conscience, which is indeed, sir, a mender of bad souls.
What trade, thou knave, thou naughty knave, what trade?
Nay, I beseech you, sir, be not out with me. Yet if you be out, sir, I can mend you.
What meanest thou by that? Mend me, thou saucy fellow?
Why, sir, cobble you.
Thou art a cobbler, art thou?
I am indeed, sir, a surgeon to old shoes. When they are in great danger, I recover them. As proper men as ever trod upon meat's leather have gone upon my handiwork.
But wherefore art not in thy shop today? Why dost thou lead these men about the streets?
Truly, sir, to wear out their shoes, to get myself into more work.
Oh, but indeed, sir, we make holiday to see Caesar and to rejoice in his
Wherefore rejoice? What conquest brings he home? You blocks, you stones, you worse than senseless things.
Oh, you hard hearts, you cruel men of Rome. Knew you not Pompey? Many a time and oft have you climbed the walls and battlements to see great Pompey pass the streets of Rome? And when you saw his chariot but appear, did you not make the universal shout? Do you now call out a holiday? Do you now strew flowers in his way who comes in triumph over Pompey's blood?
Be gone! Run to your houses, fall upon your knees. Pray to the gods to intermit the plague that need must light on this ingratitude.
See if their base metal be not moved. They vanish tongue-tied in their guiltiness.
Go you that way towards the capital. This way will I. Disrobe the images if you find them so decked with ceremonies.
May we do so? You know it is the feast of Lupercal.
It is no matter. Let no images be hung with Caesar's trophies. These growing feathers plucked from Caesar's wing make him fly an ordinary pitch.
Who else would soar above the view of men and keep us all in servile fearfulness?
Make way, peasants, great Caesar approaches. Make way for the all-powerful Caesar. Caesar comes.
Calpurnia!
Peace ho, Caesar speaks.
Calpurnia!
Here, my lord.
Stand you directly in front of Antonius when he doth run his course. Antonius!
Caesar, my lord.
Forget not your speed, Antonius, to touch Calpurnia. For the baron, touched in this holy chase, shake off their sterile curse.
I shall remember. When Caesar says, do this, it is performed.
Set on and leave no ceremony out.
Caesar!
Ha! Who calls?
Bid every noise be still. Peace yet again.
I hear a voice in the press call on me. A voice shriller than all the music cries, Caesar! Speak! Caesar is turned to hear.
Beware the Ides of March.
What man is that?
A soothsayer bids you beware the Ides of March.
Set him before me, I want to see his face.
Fellow, come from the throng, look upon Caesar.
What sayest thou to me now? Speak once again.
Beware the Ides of March. Beware the Ides of March.
He is a dreamer. Let us leave him. Pass.
Make way, the all-great and powerful Caesar approaches. Make way for the all-powerful Caesar.
Brutus, I do observe you now, late, and I have not from your eyes that gentleness. And sure love as I was wont to have, you bear too stubborn and too strange a hand over your friend that loves you.
Cassius, be not deceived. If I have veiled my look, I turn the trouble of my countenance merely upon myself. Vexed I am of late with passions of some difference, which give some soil perhaps to my behaviors. But let not therefore my good friends be grieved, among which number Cassius be you one.
Then, Brutus, I have much mistook your passion, by means whereof this breast of mine hath great thoughts of great value, worthy cogitations. Tell me, good Brutus, can you see your face?
No, for the eye sees not itself, but by reflection by some other things.
'Tis just, and it is very much lamented, Brutus, that you have no such mirrors as will turn your hidden worthiness into your eye, that you might see your shadow. I have heard where many of the best respect in Rome, except immortal Caesar, speaking of Brutus, and groaning underneath this age's yoke, have wished that noble Brutus had his eyes.
Into what dangers would you lead me, Cassius, that you'd have me seek into myself, for that which is not in me?
Since you know you cannot see yourself so well as by reflection, I, your glass, will master discover to yourself that of yourself you yet not know of.
All hail Caesar!
What means this shouting? I do fear the people choose Caesar for their king.
Aye, do you fear it? Then I must think you would not have it so.
I would not. Yet I love him well. But wherefore do you hold me here so long? What is it that you wish to impart to me?
What is it that you would impart to me? If it ought be toward the general good, set honor in one eye and death in the other, and I will look on both indifferently. For let the gods so speed me as I love the name of honor more than I fear death. Well, honor is the subject of my story. I was born for a Caesar, so were you. We both have fed as well as he, and we both can endure the winter cold as well. For once upon a raw and gusty day, the troubled Tiber, chafing with her shores,
Caesar said to me, "Darest thou, Cassius, now leap in with me into this angry blood and swim to yonder point?"
Upon the word, I plunged in, so indeed he did. But ere we could arrive at the point proposed, Caesar cried, "Help me, Cassius, or I sink." So from the waves of Tiber did I the tyrant Caesar, and this man has now become a god, and Cassius is a wretched creature and must bend his body if Caesar but carelessly nod upon him. He had a fever when he was in Spain, and when the fit was on him, I did mark how he did shake. 'Tis true, this god did shake. His coward lips did from the color fly, and that same eye whose been doth all the world did lose his luster. I did hear him groan.
Aye, and that tongue of his that bade the Romans mark him and write his speeches in their books. Alas, it cried, give me some drink, Titinius, as a sick girl. Ye gods, it doth amaze me a man of such a feeble temper should so get the start of the majestic world and bear the palm alone.
All hail Caesar!
Another general shout. I do believe that these applauses are for some new honors that are heaped on Caesar.
Brutus and Caesar. What should be in that Caesar? Why should his name be sounded any more than yours? Write them together. Yours is as fair a name. Sound them. It doth become the mouth as well. Weigh them. Yours is as heavy. Conjure with them. Brutus will start a spirit as soon as Caesar. So now in all the gods' names at once, upon what meat doth this Caesar feed that he has grown so great? Age, thou art shamed.
Rome, thou hast lost its breed of noble bloods, when went there by an age since the great flood. It is famed with only one man. When could they say till now that talked of Rome that her wide walks encompass but one only man? Now it is Rome indeed, and room enough when there's in it but one only man. Oh, you and I have heard our fathers say there once was a Brutus that would have brooked the eternal devil to keep his state in Rome as easily as a king.
That you do love me. I am nothing jealous. What you would work me to, I have some end. How I have thought of this and of these times, I shall recount hereafter. Till then, my noble friend, true upon this. Brutus had rather be a villager than to repute himself a son of Rome under these harsh conditions is like to lay upon us.
I am glad that my weak words struck but thus much to show fire from Brutus.
The games are done, and Caesar is returning.
As they pass by, pluck Casca by the sleeve.
And I will do so. But look you, Cassius, the angry spot doth glow on Caesar's brow, and the rest look like a chidden train.
Casca will tell us what the matter is.
Antonio, Caesar, let me have men about me that are fat, sleek-headed men, and such as sleep o' nights. Yon Cassius has a lean and hungry look. He thinks too much. Such men are dangerous.
Fear him not, Caesar. He isn't dangerous. He's a noble Roman and he's well given.
Would he were fatter, but I fear him not. Yet, if my name were liable to fear, I do not know the man I should avoid, so soon as that spare Cassius. He reads much, he is a great observer, and he looks quite to the deeds of men. Such men, as they be never at heart's ease, behold a greater than themselves, and therefore are they very dangerous. I'd rather tell thee what's to be feared than what I fear, for always I am Caesar.
You pulled me by the cloak. Would you speak with me?
Aye, Casca. Tell us what hath chanced today that Caesar looks so sad.
Why, you were with him, were you not?
Well, I should not then ask Casca what had chanced.
Why, there was a crown offered him, and being offered him, he put it by with the back of his hand. Thus, and the people fell a-shouting.
What was the second noise for?
Why, for that too.
They shouted thrice. What was the last cry for?
Why, for that too.
Was the crown offered him thrice?
Aye, Mary wast, and he put it by thrice, every time gentler than the other, and every putting by, mine honest neighbors shouted.
Tell us the manner of it, gentle Casca.
Well, as I told you, Antony offered him the crown, and he put it by once, but for all that, to my thinking, he was very loath to have it. Then he offered it to him again, and he put it by again, but he would fain have had it. But then he offered it the third time, and he put it the third time by. But still, as he refused the ramblement, hooted and clapped their chopped hands and threw up their sweaty nightcaps.
And after that, he came thus that way.
Aye,
Will you dine with me tomorrow?
aye, if I be alive, and your mind hold, and your dinner worth the eating. Good, I will expect you. Do so. Farewell both.
What a blunt fellow is this grown to be? He was quick-mettled when he went to school.
So is he now in execution of any bold or noble enterprise. This rudeness is a sauce to his good wit, which gives men a stomach to digest his words with better appetite.
And so it is. But this time I will leave you. Tomorrow, if you please to speak with me, come home to me, and I will wait for you.
I will do so. Till then, think of the world. Well, Brutus, thou art noble, yet I see thy honorable metal may be wrought from that it is disposed. Therefore it is meet that noble minds sever with their legs. For who so firm that cannot be seduced? Boom! Boom!
Good evening, Casca. Brought you Caesar home? Why are you breathless? And why stare you so?
Are you not moved when all the swear of earth shakes like a thing unfirm? Either there is a civil strife in heaven, or the world too saucy with the gods, incenses them to rain destruction.
Why saw you anything more wonderful?
A common slave, you know him well by sight, did held up his left hand, which did aflame and burn, like 20 torches joined. But his hand, not sensible of fire, remained unscorched. Against the capital I met a lion, who glared at me and went surly by. Do so conjointly meet, let no men say, they are natural, these are their reasons. For I believe these are portentous things to at which they point upon.
Indeed, it is a strange disposed time, but men may construe things after their fashion, clean from the purpose of things themselves. Come Caesar to the capital tomorrow.
He doth, for he bid Antonius, send word to you he be there.
Good night then, Casca. This servant's guide is not to walk in.
Farewell, Cicero.
Hello? Who's there?
A Roman.
Casca by your voice.
Your ear is good, Cassius. What night is this?
A pleasing night to honest men.
But wherefore did the heavens menace so?
Those that have done the earth so full of faults. For my part, I walked about these streets, submitting me unto the perilous night.
But wherefore did you so much tempt the heavens?
You are dull, Casca, and those spots of life that should be in a Roman you do want, or else you use not. You look pale and gaze, and put on fear, and cast yourself in wonder to see the strange impatience of the heavens. Yet, if you would consider the true cause, why you shall find that heaven hath infused them with these spirits to make them strange instruments of fear and warning. Now could I, Casca, name to thee a man most like this perilous night, that thunders, lightens, opens graves, and roars, as doth the lion in the capital.
'Tis Caesar you mean, is it not, Cassius? Indeed, the senators tomorrow mean to establish Caesar as king.
And no to where I will wear this dagger then. Cassius from bondage shall deliver Cassius. And why should Caesar be a tyrant then? Poor man. For I know he will not be woke, but that he sees Romans are but sheep. What trash is Rome? What rubbish and what awful, when it serves as base matter to illuminate so vile a thing as Caesar. But oh grief, where hast thou led me? Perhaps I speak of this to willing bondman. Then I know my answer must be made. But I am armed, and dangers are to me indifferent.
You speak to Casca, and such a man that is no fleering telltale. Hold my hand. Be factious for redress of all these griefs, and I will set this foot of mine as far as who goes farthest.
There's a bargain made. And I know you, Casca. I have known some certain of the noblest minded Romans to undergo with me an enterprise of
honorable, dangerous consequence, most bloody, fiery, and most terrible.
Stand well, for here comes one in haste.
'Tis Cinna. I do know him by his gait. Cinna, why haste you so?
To find out you. Who's that?
Miss Casca, one in culprit to our attempts. Am I not stateful?
Yes,
Tell me.
you are. Oh, Cassius, if you could but only win noble Brutus to our party. Well, I will hide, and so bestow these papers as it may please.
Come, Casca.
You and I will get that day. See Brutus at his home. 3 parts of him is ours already. And the man retire. Upon the next encounter, yield him ours.
Sir, 'tis your brother Cassius at the door, who doth desire to see you.
Is he alone?
No, sir. There are more with him.
Do you know them?
No, sir. Their hats are plucked about their ears, and half their faces buried in their cloaks.
I believe we are too bold upon your rest. Good morrow, Brutus, do we trouble you?
I have been up this hour, awake all night.
Know I these men that come along with you?
Yes, every man of them. And no man here but honors you.
They are all welcome. What watchful cares do interpose themselves betwixt your eyes and night? Give me your hands all over, one by one.
And let us swear our resolution.
No, not an oath. Swear priests and cowards and men catalysts, old feeble carrions, and such suffering souls that welcome wrongs. Unto bad causes swear, such creatures as men doubt, but do not stain the even virtue of our enterprise, nor the insuppressive metal of our spirits.
But what of Cicero? Shall I sound him? I think he'll stand very strong with us. Let us not leave him out.
It shall be said his judgment ruled our hands. Our youth and wildest will know it appear if it all be buried in his gravity.
Oh, name him not.
Let us not break with him, for he will never follow anything that other men begin.
Then leave him out.
Indeed, he is not fit.
Shall no man else be touched but Caesar?
Decius, well urged. I think it is not meet, Mark Antony, so well beloved of Caesar, should outlive Caesar. As to annoy us all, we wish to prevent that Antony and Caesar fall together.
Our course will seem too bloody. To cut the head off and hack the limbs. But alas, Caesar must bleed for it. And gentle friends, let's kill him boldly. And let our hearts, as subtle masters do, stir up their servants to an act of rage. And for Mark Antony, think not of him, for he can do no more than Caesar's arm when Caesar's head is off.
There is no fear in him. Let him not die, for he will live and laugh at this hereafter.
But it is doubtful yet whether Caesar will come forth today or no, for he is superstitious, grown of late.
Let me work, for I can bring his humor to the true band, and I will bring him to the capital.
The morning comes upon us. We'll leave you, Brutus. And friends, disperse yourselves. But all remember what we have said, and show yourselves as true Romans.
Good gentlemen, look fresh and merrily. Let not our purposes look, but bear it as our Roman actors do, with untired spirits and former constancy. And so, good morrow to you, everyone.
surprise you now. It is not for your health thus to commit your weak condition to this raw cold morning.
Nor for yours neither, even gently, Brutus. Stole from my bed, and yesterday night at supper, you suddenly arose and walked out, musing and sighing with your arms crossed, and when I asked you what the matter was, you stared upon me with ungentle looks. I urged you further, and you shook your head and too impatiently stamped with your foot. Yet I insisted, yet you answered not. I will not let you eat, nor talk, nor sleep. I should not know you, Brutus. Dear my lord, make me acquainted with your cause of grief.
I am not well in health, and that is all.
Brutus is wise, and were he not in health, he would embrace the means to come by it.
Why so I do. Good Portia, go to bed.
What, is Brutus sick? Will he steal him out of his wholesome bed to dare the wild contagion of the night? To tempt into the roomy and unperturbed air? To add unto his sickness? To the vile contagion of the night. And upon my knees, I charm you.
Kneel not, gentle Portia.
I should not need if you were gentle, Brutus. Within the bond of marriage, tell me, Brutus, am I, as if it were, in sort of limitation, to keep with you at meals, comfort your bed, and talk to you sometimes? Dwell I but in the suburbs of your good pleasure? If it be no more, Portia is Brutus's harlot, not his wife.
You are my true and honorable wife, as dear to me as the ruddy drops that do visit my sad heart.
If this were true, then I should know this secret.
Oh, you gods, render me worthy of this noble wife. Hark, hark, one knocks. Portia, go in a while, and by thy bosom shall partake the secrets of my heart. Caius the Gaius, that Matilda. Caius the Gaius, how?
Vouchsafe, good morrow from a feeble tongue.
Oh, what a time you have chose out, brave Caius, to wear a kerchief. Would you were not sick.
I am not sick if Brutus have in hand an exploit worthy the name of honor.
Such an exploit I have in hand, Ligarius, had you a healthful ear to hear of it.
But all the gods that Romans bow before, I discard my sickness. Brave sons drew from honorable loins, like an exorcist has conjured up my mortified spirit. What's to do?
A piece of work that will make sick men whole.
Are not some whole that we must make sick?
That must we also. What it is, I will unfold to thee as we go to whom it must be done.
With heart now fired, I follow thee. To do, I know not what, but it's sufficient that Brutus lead me on.
Follow me then.
Nor heaven or earth hath been at peace tonight. Thrice hath Calpurnia in her sleep cried out, "Help ho! They murder Caesar!" Who's within?
My lord.
Go bid the priests do present sacrifice, and bring me their opinions of success.
I will, my lord.
What mean you, Caesar? Think you to walk forth? You shall not stir out of your house today.
Caesar shall go. The things that threaten me near look but on my back. For when they see the face of Caesar, they are banished.
Caesar, I never stood on ceremonies, yet now they frighten me. There is one within, besides the things that we have heard and seen, recounts most horrid sights seen by the watch. A lioness hath whelped in the streets, and graves have yawned and yielded up their dead. Fierce, fiery warriors fought upon the clouds in ranks and squadrons and right form of war, which drizzled blood upon the Capitol. The noise of battle hurtled in the air. Oh, Caesar, these things are beyond all use, and I do fear them.
What can be avoided? Whose end is purposed by the mighty gods. Yet Caesar shall go forth, for these predictions are to the world in general as to Caesar.
When beggars die, there are no common scene. The heavens themselves blaze forth the death of princes.
Cowards die many times before their death, but the valiant never taste death but once. What say the augurers?
They would not have you stir forth today. Plucking the entrails from an offering forth, they could not find the heart within the beast.
The gods do this in shame of cowardice. Caesar should be a beast without a heart, should he stay home today for fear. No, Caesar shall not. Caesar shall go forth.
Alas, my lord, your wisdom is consumed in confidence. Call it my fear that keeps you in the house, and not your own. We'll send Mark Antony to the Senate house, and he shall say you are not well today. Let me, upon my knee, prevail in this.
Mark Antony should say I am not well, and for thy humor I will stay at home. Here is Decius Brutus. He shall tell them so.
Caesar, all hail. Come on, worthy Caesar. Come to fetch you to the Senate house.
And you come in very happy time, to bid my greetings to the senators, and tell them that I will not come today.
Say he is sick.
Shall Caesar send a lie? Decius, tell them I will not come.
Most mighty Caesar, let me know some cause, lest I be laughed at when I tell them so.
The cause is in my will. That is enough to satisfy the Senate. But for your private satisfaction, because I love you, I will let you know. My wife, Calpurnia here, stays me at home, for she dreamt tonight that my statue, like a fountain with 100 spouts, did run pure blood, and many smiling Romans did come and bathe their hands in it. And this does she apply for warnings, portents, and evils imminent, and on her knee hath begged me that I stay at home today.
This dream is all a misinterpretation. It was a vision, fair and fortunate. Your statue, spouting blood in many pipes, in which so many smiling Romans bathe, signifies that from you great Rome shall suck, reviving blood, and that great men shall press for tinctures, stains, relics, and cognizance. This, by Calpurnia's dream, is signified.
And this way you have well expounded it.
Ooh, I have. When you have heard what I can say, and know it now, the Senate have concluded to give this day a crown to mighty Caesar. If you shall send the word, you will not come. If their minds may change. Besides, it were a mock, apt to be rendered, for someone to say, break up the Senate till another time, when Caesar's wife meets with better dreams. If you shall not come, shall they not whisper, lo, Caesar is afraid. Pardon me, Caesar, for my dear love to your proceeding bid me tell you this.
How foolish do your fears seem now, Calpurnia. I am ashamed I did yield to them. Give me my robe, for I will go. And look, where Antony has come to fetch me.
Good morrow, Caesar.
Welcome, Antony. Good friends, come and taste some wine with me, and we, like friends, will straightway go together.
Beware of Brutus. Take heed of Cassius. Come not near Castor.
Have an eye to Cinna, trust not Trebonius.
Mark well Metellus Cybele. Decius Brutus loves do not.
Thou hast wrong.
Wrong!
Caius Ligarius. There is but one mind.
One mind.
In all these men, and it is bent against
Caesar!
If thou beest not immortal, look about you.
Security gives way to conspiracy.
Conspiracy!
The mighty gods defend thee, thy lover Artemidorus.
Here will I stand till Caesar pass along, and as a suitor I will give him this. If thou read this, O Caesar, thou mayest live. If not, the faith a traitor soon contrive.
The Ides of March are come.
I, Caesar, but not gone.
Hail, Caesar, but not gone.
Trebonius does desire you to read at your best leisure. This is humble suit.
O Caesar, read my first, for mine the suit that touches Caesar near. Read it, great Caesar.
What touches us ourselves shall last be said.
Delay not, Caesar, read it instantly.
What? Is this fellow mad?
What urge you, your petitions in the street? Come to the capital. I wish your enterprise today may thrive. If you wish today our enterprise may thrive, I fear our purpose is discovered.
For a look, he smiled. Caesar thought nor changed.
Casca, you are the first that bears your hand.
Are we all ready? Was now admits that Caesar and his Senate must redress.
Most high, most mighty, and most puissant Caesar, written this symbol, those before thy seat, a humble heart.
I must prevent thee, such low crooked curtsies and base Spaniel fawning. Thy brother by decree is banished. No, Caesar doth not wrong, nor without cause will he be satisfied.
I kiss thy hand, but not in flatter. Caesar desiring indeed that people of Cyrene may have been freedom of repeal.
What's Brutus?
Pardon, Caesar, Caesar, pardon. As low as to thy foot doth Cassius fall, to beg enfranchisement for Publius Cimber.
I could be well moved if I were as you. But I'm constant as a northern star. There is no fellow in the firmament, unshaked emotion, and that's I'm he. That I was constant, seven should be banished, and constant do remain to keep him so.
Oh, Caesar.
Hence, wouldst thou lift up Olympus?
Great Caesar.
Doth not bleed to spootless meal.
Speak hands for me.
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 Hence, two brutes, then fall, Caesar.
Speak hands for me.
Speak hands for me. Liberty!
Liberty!
Freedom!
Freedom!
Tyranny is dead!
Tyranny is dead!
Run hence, proclaim, cry it about the streets.
People and senators, be not affrighted. Fight not, stand still. Ambition depth is paid.
Where's Anthony? Let two's house made.
Fates, we know your pleasures, that we shall die, we know, 'tis but time.
Why he that cut off 20 years of life, cut off so many years of fear and death?
So we are Caesar's friends that have abridged his time of fearing death. So stoop, Roman stoop, and let us bathe our hands in Caesar's blood, up to our elbows and besmear our sword. And let's all cry,
Peace! Freedom! Liberty!
So often shall not of us be called the men that gave the country liberty. I, every man away, Brutus shall lead, and we will grace his heels with the most boldest and best hearts of Rome.
soft. Who comes here? A friend of Antony's?
Thus Brutus and my master bid me kneel, and being prostrate thus he bade me say, Brutus is noble, wise, valiant, and honest. Say I love Brutus, and I honor him. If Brutus will vouchsafe that Anthony may safely come to him, and be resolved with all true faith. So says my master Anthony.
Thy master is wise and valiant Roman. Tell him, so please him. Come on to this place, depart untouched.
I'll fetch him presently.
I know that we shall happen well to Fred.
I wish we may, but yet I have a mind that fears much, and my misgiving still falls truly to the purpose.
But here comes Anthony. Welcome, my man.
I do beseech you, if you bear me hard now, while your purpled hands can freak and smoke fulfill your pleasure. Live 1,000 years, I shall not find myself so apt to die. And no place shall please me so, no mean of death is here by Caesar, and by you cut off, the choice and master spirits of this age.
Oh, Antony, beg not your death of us, though now we must appear bloody and cruel, as by our hands and this, our present act. You see we do, yet see you but our hands. Our hearts you see not, they are pitiful, and pity to the general wrong of Rome. As fire drives out fire, so pity hath done this deed on Caesar. For your part, to you, our swords have leaden point, Mark Antony. Our arms in strength of malice, and our hearts in brother's temperance, do receive you with all kind love, good thoughts, and reverence.
Your voice shall be as strong as any man's in the disposing of new dignities.
Only be patient until we have appeased the multitude besides themselves with fear. Then we will deliver you with the cause. Why I, that did love Caesar when I struck him, have thus proceeded.
But what compact mean you to have with us? Will you be pricked in number of our friends, or shall we on and not depend on you?
Friends am I with you all, and love you all, upon this hope that ye shall give me reasons why, wherein Caesar was dangerous.
Our reasons are so full of good regard that were you, Antony, the son of Caesar, you should be satisfied.
That's all I seek, and am moreover suitor that I may produce his body to the marketplace, and in the pulpit, as becomes a friend, speak in order of his funeral.
You shall.
Brutus, a word. You know not what you do. Do not consent that Antony speak in his funeral. Know you how much the people may be moved by that which he will utter?
By your pardon, I will myself into the pulpit first and show the reason of our Caesar's death.
I know not what may fall. I like it not.
Antony, take you Caesar's body. In your funeral speech you shall not blame us. But devise all good you can speak of Caesar, and say you do it by our permission.
Be it so, I do desire no more.
Prepare the body then, follow us.
Oh, pardon me, thou bleeding piece of earth, that I am meek and gentle with these butchers. Thou art the ruins of the noblest man that ever lived in this tide of times. Woe to thy hand that shed this costly blood. Over thy wounds now do I prophesy, which like dumb mouths do ope their ruby lips to beg the voice and utterance of my tongue. A curse shall light upon the limbs of man. Domestic fury and fierce civil strife shall cumber all the parts of Italy. Blood and destruction shall be so in use, and dreadful objects so familiar, that mothers shall but smile when they behold their infants quartered with the hands of war. All pity choked with custom of fell deeds, and Caesar's spirit, ranging for revenge, with Ate by his side, come hot from hell, shall in these confines with a monarch's voice cry heck! And let slip the dogs of war. But this foul deed shall smell above the earth, they carrion men, groaning for burial.
I will hear Brutus speak.
Oh, grief.
The noble Brutus is ascended. Silence!
Be patient till the last. Romans, countrymen, and lovers, hear me for my cause, and be silent that you may hear. Believe me for mine honor, and have respect to mine honor that you may believe. Censor me in your wisdom, and awake your senses that you may the better judge. If there be any in this assembly, any dear friend of Caesar's, to him I say that Brutus's love to Caesar was no less than his. If then that friend demand why Brutus rose against him, this is my answer. Not that I loved Caesar less, but that I loved Rome more.
As he was ambitious, I slew him. There are tears for his love, joy for his fortune, honor for his valor, and death for his ambition. Who here, so vile that will not love his country? If any, speak! For him I have offended.
None, Brutus,
None. Then none have I offended.
Caesar's better part shall be crowned and rooted.
Yes!
Bring him to his house with shouts and clamor.
Countrymen, let me depart alone, and for my sake, stay here with Antony and grace Caesar's corpse and grace his speech.
This Caesar was a tyrant. He was a tyrant. He was a tyrant. He was a tyrant.
Let us hear what Antony can say.
Friends, Romans,
countrymen,
lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him.
evil that men do lives after them. The good is oft interred with their bones. So let it be with Caesar. The noble Brutus hath told you Caesar was ambitious. If it were so, it were a grievous fault. He was my friend, faithful and just to me.
But Brutus says he was ambitious.
And Brutus is an honorable man. When that the poor hath cried, Caesar hath wept. Ambition should be made of sterner stuff.
Yet Brutus says he was ambitious.
And Brutus is an honorable man. You all did see that on the Lupercal I thrice presented him a kingly crown, which he did thrice refuse. Was this ambition?
Yet Brutus says he was ambitious.
And sure, he's an honorable man. I speak, not to disprove Brutus, but here I am, to speak what I do know. You all did love him once, not without cause. What cause withholds you then to mourn for him?
Bear with me.
My heart is in the coffin there with Caesar.
Methinks there is much reason in his sayings.
Marking his words, he would not take the crown. 'Tis certain he was not ambitious.
Poor soul, his eyes are red as fire with weeping.
There's not a nobler man in Rome than Antony.
But here's a parchment with the seal of Caesar. 'Tis his will.
The will!
Have patience, gentle friends. I must not read it.
It is not meet you know how Caesar loved you.
You are not wood. You are not stones, but men.
And being men,
it will inflame you. It will make you mad. I've overshot myself to tell you of it.
I fear I have wronged the honorable men.
Whose daggers have stabbed Caesar. I do fear it.
They were traitors.
Make a ring about the corpse of Caesar.
And let me show you him that made the will.
Shall I descend?
And will you give me leave?
Come down, descend. You shall have leave. Room for Antony, most noble Antony.
Nay, press not so upon me.
Bear
Stand
back.
far off.
Stand back.
If you have tears, prepare to shed them now. Look, in this place ran Cassius's dagger through. See what a rent the envious Casca made. Through this, the well-beloved Brutus stabbed. And as he plucked his cursed steel away, mark how the blood of Caesar followed it, as rushing out of doors to be resolved if Brutus so unkindly knocked or no. For Brutus, as you know, was Caesar's angel. Judge, O you gods, how dearly Caesar loved him. This was the most unkindest cut of all. For when the noble Caesar saw him stab, and I perceive you feel the dint of pity, these are gracious drops. Kind souls, what, weep you when you but behold our Caesar's vesture wounded? Look you here. Here is himself, marred as you see with traitors.
Oh no, what is that?
We will have revenge! 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 A burn!
Stay, countrymen!
He's there! Hear the noble Antony!
We'll hear him. We'll follow him. We will die with him.
Wherein hath Caesar thus deserved of your loves? You have forgot the will I told you of?
The will! We will hear the will!
Here is the will, and under Caesar's seal. To every Roman citizen he gives, to every several man, 75 drachmas.
Most noble Caesar, we will revenge his death.
Oh, royal Caesar, in peace.
Ho!
Hear me with patience. Moreover, he hath left you all of his walks, his private arbors, and new planted orchards on this side Tiber. He hath left them you. Here was a Caesar. When comes such another?
Never. Come away.
Away! He was thrown his body in the holy place. Go fetch fire!
Pluck down benches.
Pluck down forms, windows, anything!
Now let it work. Mischief, thou art afoot. Take thou what course thou wilt. How now, fellow?
Sir, Octavius and Lepidus have come to Rome. They are at Caesar's house.
And thither will I straight to see him. He comes upon a wish. Fortune is merry, and in this mood will give us anything.
I heard him say, Cassius and Brutus are rid like madmen through the gates of Rome.
Bring me to Octavius.
I dreamt tonight that I did feast with Caesar, and things unkind did charge my fantasy. I have no will to wander forth of doors, yet something leads me forth.
What is your name?
Whither are you going? Where do you dwell?
Are you a married man or a bachelor?
Answer every man directly.
Briefly, wisely, truly.
What is my name? Whither am I going? Where do I dwell? Am I a married man or a bachelor? And answer each man directly and briefly, wisely and truly. Wisely, I say. I am a bachelor.
That's as much as to say, they're fools that marry. You'll bear me a bang for that. I fear. Proceed directly.
Directly, I go to Caesar's funeral.
As a friend or an enemy?
As a friend.
Oh, you're dwelling briefly.
Briefly, I dwell by the capital.
Your name, sir, truly.
Truly, my name is Cinna.
He's a conspirator! Tear him to pieces!
I'm Cinna the poet! I'm Cinna the poet!
Tear him for his bad verses?
Yeah!
For his bad verses!
I'm not Cinna the conspirator!
Tis no matter. His name is Cinna. Pluck but his name out of
Hail Caesar! Come firebrands home to Brutus and Cassius, burn all!
This many then shall die. Their names are pricked.
Your brother too must die. Consent you, Lepidus?
I do
Put
consent.
him down, Antony.
Upon condition, Publius shall not live, who is your sister's son, Mark Antony.
He shall not live. Look, with a spot, I damn him. But Lepidus, go you to Caesar's house, fetch the will hither, so we may determine how to cut off some charge and legacies.
What, shall I find you here?
Or here, or at the capital.
This is a slight, unmeritable man. The threefold world divided, and he should stand one of three to share it?
And so you thought him, and took his voice, who should be pricked to die?
Octavius, I have seen more days than you, and though we lay these honors on this man to ease ourselves of divers slanderous loads, he shall but bear them as the ass bears gold, either led or driven as we point the way. And once he's brought our treasures where we will, then take we down his load and turn him off.
You may do your will, but he is a tried and valiant soldier.
So is my horse, Octavius, and for that I do appoint him sword of provender. It is a creature that I teach to fight, his corporal motion governed by my spirit. And in some ways is Lepidus, but so. He must be taught, and trained, and bid go forth. Talk not of him but as a property. And now, Octavius, Brutus and Cassius are levying powers. We must straight make head. Therefore, let our alliance be combined, and let us presently go sit in council. How covert matters may be best disclosed, and open perils surest answered.
Let us do so, for we're at stake, and bayed about with enemies, and those who smile, I fear, have in their hearts millions of mischiefs.
that you have wronged me doth appear in this. You have condemned and noted Lucius Pella for taking bribes here of the Sardians.
You wronged yourself to write in such a case.
In such a time as this, it is not meet that every knight's offense should bear his comment.
Let me tell you, Cassius, you are much condemned to have an itching palm, to sell and march offices for gold to undeservers.
I an itching palm. You know that you're Brutus that speak this, or by the gods, this speech were else your last.
The name of Cassius honors his corruption, and chastisement doth therefore hide his head.
Chastisement!
Remember March? The Ides of March remember. Did not great Julius bleed for justice's sake? What villain touched his body that did stab and not for justice? Shall we now contaminate our fingers with base bribes? I'd rather be a dog and bathe the moon than such a Roman.
Brutus, bait not me. I'll not endure it. You forget yourself. Urge me no more. I shall forget myself. Have mind upon your health. Tempt me no further.
Waste-like man.
Is possible.
Hear me, for I will speak. Must I give way in room to your rash choler? Shall I be frighted when a madman stares?
Oh, ye gods, must I endure all this?
All this, I more, fright to your proud heartbreak. By the gods, you shall digest the venom of your spleen, though it do split you. For from this day forth I will use you for my mirth, yeah, for my laughter when you are washfish.
Is it come to this?
You say you are a better soldier. Let it appear so. Make your vaunting true, and it shall please me well.
You wrong me every way. You wrong me. Brutus, I said an elder soldier, not a better. Did I say better?
Did I care not?
Do not presume too much upon my love. I may do that I shall be sorry for.
You have done that you should be sorry for. There is no terror, Cassius, in your threats. I did send to you for certain sums of gold to pay my allegiance, which you denied me. Was that done like Cassius? Should I have answered Caius Cassius so? Be ready, gods, with all your thunderbolts. Dash him to pieces.
I denied you not.
You did.
I did not. He was but a fool that brought my answer back. Brutus hath bribed my heart. A friend should bear his friend's infirmities, but Brutus makes mine greater than they are.
I do not see you practice them on me.
You love me not.
I do not like your faults.
A friendly eye can never see such faults.
A flatterers would not, though they do appear as huge as high Olympus.
Come, Antony Octavius, come. Revenge yourselves alone on Cassius, for Cassius is weary of the world, hated by one he loves, braved by his brother, checked like a bondman, all his faults observed, set in a notebook, learned and conned by rote. There is my dagger, and here my naked breast. If thou beest a Roman, take it forth. For I know, when thou didst hate Caesar the worst, thou loved him better than ever thou loved Cassius.
Sheath your dagger. Do what you will, it shall have scope. Dishonor shall be humor. O Cassius, you are yoked with the lamb that carries anger as the flint bears fire, and shows a hasty spark, and straight is cold again.
Had Cassius lived to be but mirth and laughter to his Brutus, when grief and blood ill-tempered vexeth him?
When I spoke that, I was ill-tempered too. Do you confess so much? Give me your hand. And my heart too.
Oh, Brutus!
What's the matter?
Have you not love enough to bear with me when that rash humor which my mother gave me makes me forgetful?
Yes, Cassius, and from henceforth, when you are over earnest with your Brutus, he'll think your mother chides and leave you so.
I did not think you could have been so angry.
Oh, Cassius, I'm sick of many griefs.
Of your philosophy you make no use if you give place to accidental evils.
No man bears sorrow better. Portia is dead.
Portia!
She is dead.
How escaped I killing when I crossed you so? Oh, insupportable and touching loss. Upon what sickness?
Impatience of my absence and grief that young Mark Antony and young Octavius came, and with her attendant's absence, swallowed fire.
And died so? Even so.
Oh, ye immortal gods!
Speak no more of her. Give me a bowl of wine. And in this I bury all in kindness, Cassius.
My heart is thirsty for that noble pledge. Fill, Lucius, so the wine overflow the cup. I cannot drink too much of Brutus's love. Portia, art thou gone?
No more, I pray you. I have here received letters that a young Octavius and Mark Antony come down upon us with a mighty power, bending their expedition toward Philippi.
I have as much of the sin out as you, but yet my nature could not bear itself.
Well, to our work alive, what say you marching to Philippi presently?
I do not think it good.
Your reason?
This is it. 'Tis better the enemy seek us, so shall he waste his means, worrying his soldiers, doing himself offense, whilst we, lying still, are full of rest, defense, and nimbleness.
Well, good reasons must of force give place to better. The people twixt Philippi and this ground do stand but in a forced affection. The enemy marching along by them come on refreshed, new added, and encouraged. From which advantage shall we cut him off? If at Philippi we do face him there, with these people at our back.
Hear me, good brother.
Under your pardon, our legions are brimful, our cause is ripe, the enemy increaseth every day. There is a tide in the affairs of men, which, taken at the flood, leads on to fortune. Amid it, all the voyage of their life is bound in shallows and in miseries. On such a full sea are we now afloat, and we must take the venture for see when it current when it comes, or lose our ventures.
Then, with your will, go on. We'll along ourselves and meet them at Philippi.
The death of night has crept upon our talk, and nature must obey necessity, which we will negard with a little rest. There's no more to say?
No more. Good night. Early tomorrow we'll rise in hence.
Noble Cassius. Good night and good repose.
Oh, my dear brother, this was an ill beginning of the night. Never come such division between our souls. Let it not be this.
Everything is well?
Good night, my lord.
Good night, good brother.
What thou speakest drowsily? Poor knave, I blame thee not. Thou art overwatched. Call Claudius and some other of my men. I'll have them sleep on cushions in my tent.
Calls, my lord?
I pray you, sirs, lie in my tent and sleep, and maybe I shall raise you by and by on business to my brother Cassius.
So please you, we will stand and watch your pleasure.
I will not have it so. Lie down, good sirs, and maybe I shall otherwise bethink me. Look, Lucius, the book I sought for so. I put it in the pocket of my gown.
I was sure your lordship did not give it me.
Bear with me, good boy. I am much forgetful. Canst thou hold with thy heavy eyes a while and touch thy instrument a string or two?
Aye, my lord, and please you, I have slain my lord already.
It was well done, and thou shalt sleep again. I will not hold thee long. If I do live, I will be good to thee. This is a sleepy tune. Gentle knave, good night. I will not do thee so much wrong to wake thee, and good boy, good night. How ill this taper burns! Ha! Who comes here? I think it is the weakness of mine eyes that shapes this monstrous apparition. It comes upon me. Art thou anything? Art thou some god, some angel, or some devil that makest my blood cold and my hair to stare? Speak to me what thou art.
Thy evil spirit, Brutus.
Why comest thou?
To tell thee thou shalt see me at Philippi.
Well, then I shall see thee again.
Aye, at Philippi.
Now I have taken heart thou vanishest. Ill spirit, I would hold more talk with thee. Boy Lucius, Varro, Claudius, sirs, awake! Claudius! Didst thou dream, Lucius, that thou so criedest out?
My lord, I do not know that I did cry.
Yes, that thou didst. Didst thou see anything?
Nothing, my lord.
Sleep again, Lucius. Sir Claudius! Fellow thou awake?
My lord?
Why did you so cry out, sirs, in your sleep?
Did we, my lord?
Aye, that thou didst. Saw you anything?
No, my lord, I saw nothing.
No, my lord. Go and commend me to my brother Cassius. Bid him set on his powers the times before, and we will follow.
It shall be done, my lord.
Company, forward, march! Come right,
Right flag!
march! Come right, march!
Rear! March!
Come right, march! Come right, hold! Up! Left face,
About face!
present, up!
Left face! March!
Order, up! Now, Mark Antony, the time has come. Our hopes are upon us. They answer before we do demand of them. Their battles are at hand, coming down before we do demand of them.
Tut, I'm in their bosoms, and I know wherefore they do it.
Prepare you, generals. The enemy comes on in gallant show. Their bloody sign of battle is hung out, and something to be done immediately.
Octavius, lead your battle softly on, upon the left hand of the even field.
Upon the right hand, I. You stand upon the left.
Why do you cross me in this exigent?
I do not cross you, but I will do so.
They stand and would have barley. Stand fast, Titinius. We must out and talk.
Mark Antony, shall we give sign of battle?
No, Caesar, we will answer on their charge.
Make forth. The generals would have some words.
Stir not until the signal.
Words before blows. Is it so, countrymen?
Not that we don't love words better as you do.
Good words are better than bad strokes, Octavius.
In your bad strokes, Brutus, you give good words. Witness the hole you made in Caesar's heart, crying, "Long live, hail Caesar."
Antony, the posture of your blows are yet unknown.
But for your words, they rob the hydra bees and leave them honeyless.
Not stingless, too.
Oh, yes, and soundless, too. Few have stolen their buzzing, Antony, and wisely threat before you sting.
Villains, you did not so when your vile daggers hacked one another in the sides of Caesar. Oh, you flatterers.
Ha! Flatterers? Now, Brutus, thank yourself. This tongue had not offended so today if Cassius might have ruled.
Come, the cause. If arguing makes us sweat, then the proof of it will turn to redder drops. Look!
I draw a sword upon conspirators.
Come, Mark Antony.
Away.
Defiance! Traitors! Hurl we in your teeth. If you dare to come fight today, come to the field. If not, when you have stomachs.
Messala.
What says my general?
Messala, this is my birthday. As this very day was Cassius born. Give me thy hand, Messala. Be thou my witness, that against my will am I compelled to set upon one battle all our liberties. Our army lies, ready to give up the ghost.
Believe not so.
But believe it partly, for I am fresh of spirit and resolved to meet all perils very constantly. Now, most noble Brutus, the gods today stand favorable, that we may, lovers in peace, lead on our days to age. But the affairs of men rest still uncertain. Let's reason with the worst that may befall. If we do lose this battle, then is this the very last time we shall see each other? You are contented to be led in triumph through the streets of Rome?
No, Cassius, no. Think not, thou noble Roman, that ever Brutus will go bound to Rome. He bears too great a mind.
But this same day must end the work the Ides of March begun. And whether we shall meet again, I know not. Therefore our everlasting farewell take. Forever and ever farewell, Cassius. If we meet again, why we shall smile. If not, well then this parting was well made.
Forever and forever farewell, Brutus. If we meet again, we'll smile indeed. If not, 'tis true. This parting was well made.
Why then lead on! Come, ho, away! Let them all come down.
Titanius, look! The villains fly! This ensign here of mine was turning back. I slew the coward and did take it from him.
Oh, Cassius, Brutus gave the word too early, took it too eagerly. His soldiers fell to spoil, whilst by Antony we are all enclosed.
Fly further off, my lord, fly further off. Mark Antony is in your tents, my lord. Fly, therefore, noble Cassius, fly far off.
This hill is far enough. Look, look, Titanius. Are those my tents where I perceive the fire?
They are, my lord.
Titanius, if thou lovest me, take thou my horse and hide thy spurs in him. He hath taken thee to yonder troops and here again, that I might know whether yonder troops are friend or enemy.
I will be here again, even with a thought.
Go, Norris, get higher on that hill. My sight was ever thick. Regard Titanius and tell me what thou knowest about the field. My life has run his compass. Sirrah, what news?
Titanius is enclosed round about, with horsemen that make to him on the spur, yet he spurs on. Now they're almost on him. Now Titanius, now some light. Oh, he lights too. He's taken. And hark, they shout for joy.
Come down, behold no more. O coward that I am, to live so long to see my best friend ta'en before my face. Come hither, Sirrah. Now, be a freeman, and with this good sword that ran through Caesar's bowels, search this bosom. Stand not to answer. Here, takest thou the hilts, and when my face is covered, as 'tis now, guide thou the sword. Caesar, thou be still, and all revenged, even with the sword that killed thee.
Far from this country, Pindarus shall run, where never Roman shall take note of him.
It is but change, Titinius, for Octavius is overthrown by the noble Brutus's power, as Cassius's legions are by Antony.
These tidings will well comfort Cassius.
Where did you leave him?
With Pindarus, his bondsman, on this hill.
Is not that he that lies upon the ground?
He lies not like the living. Oh, my heart. Oh, my heart. No, this was he, Messala. But Cassius is no more. Mistrust for my success hath done this deed.
Oh, hateful error, melancholy's child. Thou never comest unto a happy birth, but kill'st the mother that engendered thee.
What, Pindarus? Where art thou, Pindarus?
Seek him, Titinius, whilst I go to meet the noble Brutus, thrusting this report into his ears.
Hie you, Messala, and I will seek Pindarus the while. Why didst thou send me forth, brave Cassius? Alas, thou hast misconstrued everything. But hold thee, take thee this thy garland on thy brow. Thy Brutus bid me give it thee, and I will do his bidding. Brutus, come apace. Brutus, come apace. By your leave, gods, this is a Roman's part. Come, Cassius' sword, and find Titanius' heart.
Where, Messala, doth his body lie?
Lo, yonder, in Titinius mourning it.
Titinius faces upward.
He is slain.
Oh, Julius Caesar, thou art mighty yet. Thy spirit walks abroad and turns our swords in our own proper entrails. Are yet 2 Romans living such as these? Friend, I owe more chase to this dead man than you shall see me pay. 'Tis 3 o'clock, and, Romans, yet ere night, we shall try fortune in a second fight. Yet, countrymen! Oh, yet! Hold up your heads!
I am Brutus, Marcus Brutus I. Brutus, my country's friend, know me for Brutus.
Yield, or thou diest.
Only I yield to die. There is so much thou wilt kill me straight. kills Brutus can be honored in his death.
We must not, a noble prisoner. Brutus is tame, my lord.
Where is he?
Safe, Antony. Brutus is safe enough. I dare assure thee that no enemy shall ever take alive the noble Brutus.
This is not Brutus, but a noble prize indeed. Keep this man safe. Give him kindness. I'd rather have men like these my friends, rather than my enemies. Go on.
I prithee, Spiro, stay thou by thy lord. Thou art a fellow of good respect. Thy life hath had some snatch of honor in it. Hold then my sword, and turn away thy face while I do run upon it. Wilt thou, Strato?
Give me thy hand first. Fare you well, my lord.
Caesar! I killed not thee.
What man is that?
My master's man. Strato, where is thy master?
Free from the bondage you are in, Sala. For the conquerors can only make a fire of him. Can only make a fire of him. And no man hath success from his death.
So Brutus should be found. I thank thee, Brutus. Thou hast proved Lucilius is saying true.
This was the noblest Roman of all. All the conspirators, save only he, did that they did in envy of the great Caesar. His life was gentle, and mixed in the elements so much that the nature might stand up and say to all the world, this was a man.
Wonderful to see how the past, a play written 400 years ago, and the present, you young people who will be living your lives in the 21st century, have brought this play to life. If Shakespeare was alive and here today, he would be amazed that his plays have lived so long and have travelled so far. The journey for your teachers has been a long one too. Those who came to London last year, or no, this summer, to work with us, to learn the techniques and the approaches that we use at the Globe to perform these plays. And then they came to teach them to you, and you have demonstrated today just how well that has been done. It was a truly remarkable performance. So many Caesars, so many Brutuses, so many Cassius. And that's the joy of this particular event, so it's not just one person who gets to play the lead. It was a wonderful experience. Thank you very much. Thank you to the teachers who worked with you, to the teachers who stage managed today, and to you. I think we've seen today some of the actors and directors for the future. Thank you very much.
Georgia oversees all of the course content that the teachers go through during their 2-week stay in London. And so really all of the success that you've enjoyed through the work of the practitioners is really due in large part to Georgia. So let's give another hand. Thank you. And now we have a very special surprise for the students. Your teachers are going to perform for you the scenes that they performed Please come forward.
Nor heaven nor earth have been at peace tonight. Thrice hath Calpurnia in her sleep cried out, "Help, ho, they murder Caesar." Who's within?
The Lord?
Go bid the priests do present sacrifice and bring me their opinions of success.
I will, my lord.
What mean you, Caesar? Think you to go forth? You shall not go forth out of the house today.
Caesar shall forth. The things that threatened me ne'er look but on my back. When they shall see the face of Caesar, they are vanishing.
Caesar, I never stood on ceremonies, yet now they fright me. Besides the things which you and I have seen and heard, there is one within recounts most horrid sight seen by the watch. A lioness hath whelped in the streets, and graves have yawned and yielded up their dead. Fierce, fiery warriors fight among the clouds in rank and squadron and right forms of war, which drizzled blood upon the capital. The noise of battle hurtled in the air. Horses did neigh, and dying men did groan, and ghosts did squeal and scream upon the streets. O Caesar, these things have no use, and I do fear them.
What can be avoided whose end is purposed by the mighty gods? Yet Caesar shall go forth. For these predictions are to the world in general as to Caesar.
When beggars die, there are no comets seen. The heavens themselves blaze forth the death of princes.
Cowards die many times before their deaths. The valiant never taste of death but once.
Caesar, your wisdom is consumed in confidence. Do not go out today. Say it is my fear that keeps you at home, not yours. We send Mark Antony to the Senate House, and he can say you will not come. Upon my knees, let me prevail in this.
Mark Antony shall say, I am not well. And for thy humor, I will stay at home. Here's Decius Brutus. He shall tell them so.
All hail. Good morrow, worthy Caesar. I come to fetch you to the Senate House. And you are come in very happy time to bear my greeting to the senators, for I will not come. Cannot is false, and that I dare not falser. I will not come today.
Say he is sick.
Shall Caesar send a lie? Have I in conquest stretched mine arm so far to be afraid to know graybeards the truth? Decius, tell them Caesar will not come. Most mighty Caesar, let me know some cause, lest I be laughed at when I tell them so. The cause is in my will, I will not come. That is enough to satisfy the Senate. But for your private satisfaction, because I love you, I will let you know. Calpurnia here, my wife, bids me stay at home tonight. She dreamt she saw my statue, which like a fountain within 100 spouts did run pure blood, and many lusty Romans came smiling and did bathe their hands in it. And this does she apply for warnings and portents and evils imminent, and on her knee hath begged me stay at home today.
This dream is all a misinterpreted. It was a vision fair and fortunate. Your statue spouting blood in many pipes in which so many smiling Romans bathe signifies that from you great Rome shall suck reviving blood, and great men shall press for tinctures, stains, relics, and cognizance. This by Calpurnia's dream is signified, and this way have you well expounded it. I have when you have heard what I can say, and know it now. The Senate have concluded to give this day a crown to mighty Caesar. If you send word you will not come, their minds may change. Besides, it were a mock apt to be rendered for someone to say, break up the Senate till another time, when Caesar's wife shall meet with better dreams. If Caesar hide himself away, shall not they whisper? Lo, Caesar is afraid. Pardon me, Caesar, for my dear, dear love to your proceeding bid me tell you this.
How foolish do your fears seem now, Calpurnia. I am ashamed I did yield to them. Get me my robe, for I will go. And here is Antony come to fetch me.
Tomorrow, Caesar!
Tomorrow, Antony, good friends. Go in and have some wine with me, and we, like friends, will straightway go together.
I prithee, boy, run thee to the Senate house. Stay not to answer me, but get thee gone. Why dost thou stay?
To know my errand, madam.
I would have thee there and here again, ere I can tell thee why thou shouldst do what thou shouldst do there. Oh, Constancy, be strong upon my side. Set a huge mountain between my heart and my tongue. I have a man's mind and a woman's might. How hard it is for a woman to keep counsel. Art thou still here?
Adam, what should I do? Run to the capital and so return to you and
Bring me word, boy, if thy lord look well, for he did go sickly forth. And take good note what Caesar doth, what suitors press to him. Hark, boy, what noise is that?
I hear none, madam.
Prithee, listen well. I hear a rustling rumor like a fray, and the wind brings it from the capital.
Sooth, madam, I hear nothing.
Come hither, fellow. Which way hast thou been?
At mine own house, good lady.
What is the clock?
About the 9th hour, lady.
Is Caesar yet gone to the capital?
Madam, not yet. I go to see him pass on to the capital.
Thou hast some suit to Caesar, hast thou not?
That I have, lady. If it will please Caesar to be so good to Caesar as to hear me, I shall beseech him to befriend himself.
What, knowest thou some harm is to come to him?
None that I know will be. Much that I fear may chance. Good morrow to you.
Ay, me, how weak a thing the heart of woman is. Oh, Brutus, the heavens speed thee in thy enterprise. Sure the boy did hear me. Brutus hath a suit that Caesar will not grant. Oh, I grow faint. Run, Lucius, and commend me to my lord. Tell him I am married, and come to me again and bring me word what he doth say to thee.
Caesar! 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 Caesar!
The Ides of March have come.
Aye, Caesar, but not gone.
Et tu, Brute?
Oh, pardon me, thou bleeding piece of earth, that I am meek and gentle with these butchers. Thou art the ruins of the noblest man that ever lived in the tide of times. Woe to the hand that shed this costly blood. Over thy wounds now do I prophesy, which like dumb mouths do ope their ruby lips to beg the voice and utterance of my tongue. A curse shall light upon the limbs of men. Domestic fury and fierce civil strife shall cumber all the parts of Italy. Blood and destruction shall be so in use, and dreadful objects so familiar that mothers shall but smile when they behold their infants quartered with the hands of war. And Caesar's spirit, ranging for revenge, with Ate by his side, come hot from hell, shall in these confines with a monarch's voice cry, havoc, and let slip the dogs of war. That this foul deed shall smell above the earth, with carrion men groaning for burial.
That you have wronged me does appear in this, for you have condemned and noted Lucius Pellus for taking bribes of the Sardinians, wherein my letter, praying on his side, because I knew the man was slighted off.
You wronged yourself to write in such a case.
In such a time as this, is it not meet every night's offense should bear its garment?
Let me tell you, Cassius, you are much condemned to have an itching palm, to sell and march your offices for gold to undeservers.
I, an itching palm? You know that you are Brutus that speak this? Or by the gods, this speech where else you'll last.
The name of Cassius honors this corruption, and chastisement doth therefore hide his head.
Chastisement?
Remember March, the Ides of March, remember? Did not great Julius bleed for justice' sake? What villain that touched the body, that did stab, and not for justice? Which one of us that struck the foremost man of all the world, but for supporting robbers? Shall we now contaminate our fingers with base bribes and sell the mighty honors of our houses for so much trash that may be grasped thus? I would rather be a dog and bay the moon than such a Roman.
Brutus, beg not me. I'll not endure it. You forget yourself to hedge me in. I am the soldier. I, older than practice, abler than some, to make conditions.
Go to. You are not, Cassius.
I am.
I say you are not.
Urge me no more, or I shall forget myself.
Away, slight man.
Is it possible?
Hear me, for I will speak. Must I give way in room to your rash choler? Shall I be frightened when a madman stares?
Oh, ye gods, must I endure all of this?
All this? Aye, more. Fret till your poor heart breaks. Go show your slaves how choleric you are. Make your bondmen tremble. From this day forth, I shall use you for my mirth, yea, my laughter, when you are waspish.
It has come to this?
You say you are a better soldier. Let it appear so. Make your vaunting true. It will please me. For mine own part, I shall be glad to learn of noble men.
You have wronged me. You have wronged me in every way. You have wronged me, Brutus. I said, elder soldier, not better. Did I say better?
If you did, I care not.
When Caesar lived, he durst not dare have moved me.
Peace, peace. You durst not so have tempted him.
I durst not?
No.
What? I durst not tempt him?
For your life you durst not.
Do not presume too much upon my love, for I may do that. I shall be sorry for it.
You have done that you shall be sorry for. There is no terror in your threats, Cassius. For I am armed so strong in honesty that they pass by me as the idle wind, which I respect not. I did send to you for certain sums of gold to pay my legions, which you denied me.
I denied you not. You did. I did not. He was but a fool that brought my answer back. Brutus hath rived my heart. A friend should bear his friend's infirmities, but Brutus makes mine greater than they are.
I do not, until you practice them on me.
You love me not.
I do not like your faults.
A friendly eye could never see such faults.
No, a flatterer's would not, though they do appear as huge as high Olympus.
Come, Antony, and young Octavius come. Revenge yourselves alone on Cassius, for Cassius is aweary of the world. Hated by one he loves, braved by his brother. Checked like a bondman, all his faults observed. Set in a notebook, learned and conned by rote to cast into my teeth. Oh, I could weep my spirit from mine eyes. There is my dagger, and here my naked breast. Within, a heart, dearer than Plutus mine, richer than gold. If that thou beest a Roman, take it. I, that denied thee gold, will give my heart. Strike as thou didst at Caesar, for I know, when thou didst hate him worst, thou lovest him better than ever thou didst love Cassius.
Sheathe your dagger. Be angry when you will, it shall have scope. Do what you will, and dishonor shall be humor. Cassius, you are yoked with a lamb that carries anger as the flint bears fire, who, much enforced, shows a hasty spark, and straight is cold again.
Hath Cassius lived to be but mirth and laughter to his Brutus, when grief and blood ill-temper vexeth him?
When I spoke that, I was ill-tempered too.
Do you confess so much? Give me your hand.
And my heart too.
Oh, Brutus.
What's the matter?
Have not you love enough to bear with me when that rash humor which my mother gave me makes me forgetful?
Yes, Cassius, and from henceforth, when you are over earnest with your Brutus, he'll think your mother chides and leave you so.
Let me go in to see the general. There is some grudge between them. 'Tis not meet they be alone.
You shall not enter these doors.
Oh, death stay me!
How now, what's the matter?
For shame, general. 'Tis not right. Love and be friends, as two such men should be. For I have lived and seen more years, I'm sure, than ye.
Saucy fellow, hence, get away, hence!
Bear with him, Brutus, 'tis his fashion.
I'll know his humor when he knows his time. What should the wars do with these jigging fools? Companion, hence!
Away, be gone. I did not think you could have been so angry.
Oh, Cassius, no man bears sorrow better. I am sick of many griefs.
Of your philosophy, you make no use if you give place to accidental evils.
Portia is dead.
Portia.
She's dead.
How escaped I killing when I crushed you so? Oh, insupportable and touching loss. Upon what sickness?
Impatient of my absence with grief that young Octavius and Mark Antony have made themselves so strong, for with her death that tidings came. With this she fell distract, and her attendants absent. Swallowed fire.
Swallowed fire.
Died so?
Even so.
Oh, you immortal gods.
Speak no more of her. Give me a bowl of wine. In this, I bury all in kindness, Cassius.
My heart is thirsty for that noble pledge. Fill, Lucius, for the wine overswell the cup. Cannot drink too much of Brutus's love.
No more, I pray you. Well, to our work alive. What do you think of marching on Philippi,
presently.
I do not think it good.
Your reason?
This it is. 'Tis better that the enemy seek us. So shall he waste his means, weary his soldiers, doing himself offense, whilst we, remaining still, are full of rest, defense, and nimbleness.
Good reason, of course, must give place to better. The people, twixt Philippi and this ground, do stand but in a forced affection, for they have grudged us contribution. The enemy, marching along by them, have a fuller number up. Come on refreshed, new added, and encouraged. From which advantage we shall cut him off. If at Philippi we deface in there, these people at our back.
Hear me, good brother.
Under your pardon, you must note beside, we have tried the utmost of our friends. Our legions are brimful. Our cause is right. The enemy increaseth every day. We, at our height, are ready to decline. There is a tide in the affairs of men that, taken at the flood, lead on to fortune. We lead on to fortune.
Think what their will go on. We'll along ourselves beat them at Philippi.
No. There is a tide in the affairs of men, which, taken at the flood, leads on to fortune. Omitted, see that? Omitted, all the voyage of their life is bound in shallows and in miseries. On such a full sea, we are now afloat, and we must take the current when it serves, or lose our ventures.
Think what their will go on. We'll along ourselves and meet them at Philippi again.
The deep of night has crept upon our talk, and nature must obey necessity, which we will nigger with a little rest. There is no more to say?
No more. Good night. Early tomorrow will we rise in hence.
Good night and good repose.
Oh, my good brother, 'twas an ill beginning of this night. Never let such division come tween our souls. Let it not, Brutus.
Everything is well.
Good night, my lord.
Good night, good brother.
One more thing. That's one more, then we're done. I'd like to introduce to you Dean David Williams. Dean Williams is from Folsom Lake College, the Dean of Visual Performing Arts there, our representative from the Los Rios Community College District.
Your teachers really took a chance today. So every day when they come to school, they try to get you to think and do something different and learn and grow. And this was an opportunity for some of them to do something very different and learn and grow. And they took a real chance today, and they did it for you. So let's give them a hand. Does anyone feel different now than you did about an hour ago? Yeah. A little more relaxed, a little more enjoyable. Well, I want to let you know, congratulations. This is the best part of the event because we get to see you all sharing with each other, helping each other through the process, appreciating each other, seeing new things. It's always great to see what kind of great things that you did. You're very lucky I have a PhD in theater from this fine institution right here. I was a classmate of Christine Nicholson, my good friend over there. Thank you. Good to see you, Christine. So we always love coming back here, but I didn't get to do Shakespeare until I was in college. And I did, my first production was Midsummer Night's Dream. I was cast as Bottom. We rehearsed for 2 weeks. The show was so bad that we abandoned it and ended up doing a night of 1 act. I didn't get another chance until 5 or 6 years later when I was here at Davis, and I did a couple shows here at Davis. So that was my journey through Shakespeare. I love it. I hope that you love it, because it's different reading Shakespeare at the table or at the desk than it is performing it. And I hope that in the process of performing this, you ingested Shakespeare, you put him through your body, which is really the way it was supposed to be. It wasn't supposed to be read, it was supposed to be performed. You all have experienced that. You're so much luckier than I am. Please pass that love on to your friends and your children, as some of you become teachers in the future. And I hope you'll become lifelong lovers of Shakespeare. I am a very lucky person because I'm standing in the way of you and some pizza. So I'm going to end it very carefully and calmly. Go out to the hallway and enjoy the rest of the day.